Welcome back. Another quick news of the day video for all you fine people for your Monday. Starting off with New York Islanders news. Lou Lamoriello had a press conference today. Jackson Cates has signed a tryout with the New York Islanders. So again, a player playing in order to try to get a contract. He was in the Philadelphia organization last season, and now he has a chance to join the Islanders organization. And again, as I've mentioned before, there's always the chance that if he doesn't earn a contract with the Islanders, that he ends up getting a contract from Bridgeport and playing for their AHL franchise. Romanov may miss the start of camp, but it sounds like Lou's really optimistic that if he misses, it won't be very much, and maybe he won't miss it at all. Wallstrom, he's saying, is 100% healthy, and he also believes that this team can accomplish a lot this year. He has faith in the squad he's got put together. This is why the only other move that seems to be out there is maybe bringing back Parise on a league minimum type deal. But at this point, the New York Islanders, Lou feels like they're in good shape. He's quite happy with how their roster looks right now, and we'll see whether or not they can get in there. The Islanders have been, over the last 5 years, able to overachieve, achieve things that are not expected of them, so maybe this will be another year they do that. Nashville, good news for Preds fans. Forsberg, 100% entering training camp. This is that wonderful, magical time of year when we find out if these guys who've had injuries and all the treatments in the offseason, whether or not they've worked. And in Forsberg's case, it sounds like after missing, I think it was 32 games to finish out the season, which absolutely impacted Nashville's ability to get into the playoffs. It sounds like Forsberg's 100% now, and that's great news because they're going to need his offense. They're going to need his goals, his assists, and some of his leadership as well in this roster. So if Forsberg's 100%, that should help them. Quinn Hughes, there was a press conference today in Vancouver. Hughes introduced as the newest captain, the 15th captain in the history of the Canucks. Eagle-eyed fans on social media noticed that the Canucks, their graphic, it had all of the captains in the background. It was all nice captains, except Messier. Messier was not there. All the others, including even Luongo, was there. And Luongo was kind of an unofficial kind of captain when he was captain. That was kind of a mess. But they had that in there. But no, nothing. Messier, who's that? So people caught that. He is the first blue liner to be captain of the Canucks since Lidster was part of a 3-captain rotation back in 1991. He is the first full-time captain on the blue line since Kevin McCarthy, who was captain from 79 through 82. So I was a Kevin McCarthy fan. I liked him as a player, but again, that's when I was coming into hockey. I liked the Canucks, of course, and he was the team captain, so I liked him. Miller, Pettersson, and Demko were present. Of course, Miller, the one who's not keeping a poker face, so everybody noticing facial expressions from him. I think it's good that Pettersson was there as well. These four are seen as the leadership group for the Vancouver Canucks. And so while there's a lot of fatalistic Canuck fans that are, Pettersson's gone, burn it all down, he's there. He's there, and at this point in time, he is a Canuck. He's saying all the right things about being a Vancouver Canuck this season, and so we'll see how things unfold from here. But Hughes getting their support. Quinn Hughes is under contract in Vancouver until 2027, so yeah, we'll see if he's captain for that entire run. Good news for Flyers fans. So Michkov's been a healthy scratch for SKA St. Petersburg. He has now been loaned to HK Sochi, so it should be much easier for him to get in the lineup for Sochi than it was for St. Petersburg, and that should help his development. So again, for the Flyers, they have no say in any of this. There's nothing they can do at this point. Just watch and hope that he develops properly, and so we'll see how that goes for them. Nice story from the Tampa Bay Lightning today. The Tampa Bay Lightning's foundation packing over 200,000 meals to support 9/11 Day's mission to turn what is a somber day into also a day of service, where you'll do nice things for other people. And I think that's great. September the 11th, it feels like every year we get further away from the attacks and everything that came out of that. So there seems to be less about it each year, but this is a good idea to take a day of somber remembrance and say, you know what, we'll make it a day of service as well. I like that, so I wanted to throw that on the board. And packing over 200,000 meals, good on them for that. Congratulations on them for that one. And so all the best to them. Jace Hawryluk, remember him? I do, so I'll mention him here. But he is signed in the Czech League. So Jace Hawryluk, who's been on tryouts the last couple of years and tried to get his way back into the NHL, and it just hasn't gone his way. He signs in the Czech League, so all the best to Hawryluk. And there you go. You guys are all caught up once again. Don't be surprised if there's multiple days now where there's multiple news videos in those given days, because there's a lot that's going to be going on, especially as we get into training camp, we get into roster cuts and everything. And we're only a couple weeks away from roster cuts. So it's insane, but that's how it works. These guys come into camp, and within a week or so, you're already seeing the guys going. Now, a lot of those are going to be guys going to junior teams, guys getting cut because they want to send them down to the AHL because that's where they're going to get to play. And so, yeah, we'll see how it goes. But training camp coming up. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, as always, about anything you see on the board or things you don't. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.